not a day that goes by. It is it's at the top of our investigative list right now, that's for certain.
The investigation into the mysterious shooting death of a woman in Midland County more than 4 years ago is heating up as 2 suspects have been identified. It was in November of 2020 when Thelma Hofmann collapsed in a Midland County home, and when investigators arrived, they realized she was shot. The gunfire came from outside the home. Terry back now, and Terry, the friend of Hoffman's, was originally a person of interest in the murder case.
Yes, Matt, he was. He was in the home when the shooting occurred, but he told me 3 years ago he didn't hear a gunshot. 2 other people are now described as suspects.
It's not a cold case. Even though it happened in 2020, it's still very active and open.
It was Veterans Day morning in November of 2020 at around 4:30 when Thelma Hofmann collapsed inside her friend's East Bradford Road home in Mount Haley Township. Her friend and the man that owned the home, George McDonald, called 911. Hoffmann had been shot.
I couldn't believe she was dead.
She was just living life and, like I said, just kept to herself, and there was nothing alarming in her background that we were concerned about.
Hofmann lived in this Bay City home. McDonald was a person of interest for a time, but Midland County Sheriff Scott Holzinger says that is no longer the case, and 2 other people have been identified as suspects. He did not want to release further details about the 2 individuals. Holzinger was a detective when the shooting occurred, and the sheriff's office has executed 35 search warrants in the investigation and recently used another law enforcement tool.
Investigative subpoenas. It's a different way to interview potential witnesses for a case.
McDonald told me in 2021 that he believed he was the intended target of the shooting. Hofmann has no relatives in Michigan. She was 70 years old when she was killed by the gunfire, and Holzinger says her death has not been forgotten.
There's questions that haven't been answered. We hope that there's a day that we're able to bring those answers, and I'm confident that that day is coming.
And the Midland County Prosecutor's Office has also been involved in the case, especially with those investigative subpoenas, but at this point it's not clear when criminal charges will be issued.